Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and today we're gonna do our thing as we do as a community and share the crap out of this, okay? Please like and share so that it gets boosted into the algorithm some more, so people discover this case. The more eyeballs, the better, right? Because there's a missing 9-year-old girl and she disappeared under very suspicious circumstances. She could be very much alive and well out there, somewhere, anywhere between California and Nebraska. Oh my goodness, that's a large area to cover. So the FBI and the police in the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office in California are relying on the public to keep their eyes peeled. Dash cams, ring cams, eyes wide open everywhere looking for this little girl. I'm going to tell you everything about the case and what we know about her so far in a moment. I just quickly wanted to acknowledge, here we go, Kelly, Lisa, welcome to all the locals. Welcome everyone. Happy Friday to you if you're watching today on October 24th of 2025. Welcome to locals. Kelly, Lisa says, just to let everyone know, I live in Lompoc, pronounced Lompoc. Did I say it right? Lompoc. I would have said Lompoc, so I do appreciate that. Lompoc. Lompoc, is that correct? Welcome to all my moderators as well. Thank you so much for everything you do. And let's now dive into the details of what is going on in this case, which is very, very concerning. Thank you to everyone who emailed me this case. I've gotten all your emails this week. I didn't miss it. I saw them all. And here we are today to discuss this. Okay, so Melodee, that's her name, Melodee, spelled like Melodee. Melodee Buzzard, 9 years old, right? So she was born February 10th of 2016, which means she just turned 9 this year, right, in February. She was last seen October 7th of 2025. Now, if you've been following this case, this is the first time I'm talking about it, but I've been following it, you know, slowly but surely, seeing what's going on here. In the early stages of the case being covered in the news a little bit, they did say that she was last seen a year ago and that she was homeschooled. But since the FBI joined, they've been able to find, I guess, surveillance, ring cam, something to confirm that she was last seen on October 7th of 2025. That's not long ago, you know? If it was a year ago, I mean, that would be like, oh my word, she was last seen a year ago, like what is going on? But last seen October 7th with her mother, right? So she lived with her mother, Ashley, in Vandenberg Village in Lompoc, Santa Barbara County, California. She, thank you so much, TGK. She is approximately 4 feet 6 inches tall, 75 pounds, with long curly brown hair and brown eyes. She's homeschooled and considered at risk due to her age and circumstances. Now, the thing is that that picture of her is the most recent one that they could find, and it's 2 years old. That's also concerning, that her mother, who she lived with as an only child, even though she has a large family from her dad's side, but her dad passed away. We're going to get into that. But her mother and anybody can only provide a picture of her from 2 years ago. Oh my word, I was already like, wait, what? So yeah, as much as we must share that picture far and wide, that was her when she was 7 years old. Now, Melodee is described as sweet and loving with a beautiful smile and curly brown hair. She previously participated in optional in-person activities like field trips with her homeschooling program, but she stopped attending those about a year ago. So how did this investigation start? School staff were very concerned about her and they requested a welfare check. That was on October 14th of 2025, which is only 10 days ago. And so that started this investigation into the disappearance of Melodee Buzzard. Joy Michaels, thank you so much for upgrading your membership to Grizzly Super Supporter. That is so sweet of you. Thank you very much. All right, so this is a picture of where she lives. That's her home that she has with her mother, right? Yeah, Stefan says, as if there were no cameras in smartphones, right? Okay, so Melodee's father, Rubiel Mesa, died in 2016 in a motorcycle accident. He was 40 years old and Melodee at the time was only 6 months old. So he also had another daughter from a previous relationship, Karina, and she's 31 years old now. Now, I mention her because I've linked all my sources in the description box. You can go go check out Vinnie Politan's show on this case, also Nancy Grace. They had family members on. So I almost felt like, damn, we're going to need a chart at some point here, because it's like, there's like Karina speaking, and then this, I don't know, all these names. And I'm just like, wait, who's who? But this is all on Melodee's father's side. That family is very, very concerned, and they started to come forward with information of how Melodee's mother isolated her after Melodee's father passed away. So everything for Ashley, the mother of Melodee, seems to have gone downhill since 2016, since her partner died, even though his family says they were like in an on-again, off-again relationship. She was barely even with him at the time. So this is interesting, especially for the timeline. Now, Ashley, her mother, started isolating Melodee from her dad's side of the family, cutting them off entirely 4 years ago. That is so cruel, because they already lost a family member, And then you're going to have them lose their grandchild too? You're going to limit access to Melodee. And you're also going to isolate Melodee, which is terrible for her. I mean, she's got cousins and aunts and uncles and grannies and grandpas that want to see her and love her so much. And by everything we've heard so far, so take it with a grain of salt, I'm just repeating what I've read, what I've heard the family members say. Ashley's been isolating herself and her daughter Melodee for like 4 years. So Melodee's father, Rubiel Mesa, died in a motorcycle accident. I'm just reading you the little snippet I've got here. 2016, shortly after the girl was born. Buzzard then moved away from Santa Maria, where she'd been living with Mesa and his mother, according to one of Melodee's aunts, Vicky Shade. So August of 2025, the Lompoc Unified School District Independent Study Program for Homeschooling last had contact with Melodee. So August, that's interesting, because they last had contact, but they haven't seen her, so for a year is what they said. But yet they'd been sending like school projects. So I don't know if her mother was helping her do that, or when they actually last saw her. But the FBI says Melodee was last seen October 7th of 2025. Okay, sorry if I'm missing like the chat over here. I'm trying to keep focused on the presentation here. Deb says 25 months. A Grizzly and counting. Your work, channel, and community. Gee, my favorite known YouTuber. Thank you so much. He said, thank you for all you do. Thank you for your support. Okay, so here's a picture of Melodee's biological father. And shame. He's apparently there holding little Melodee. Look at her. Oh my word, look how cute she is. Shame. And again, these are photos from when she's younger. In trying to find photos of her, there's just so many of her there's not that many, but the ones you find of her all when she's younger, all when she still had contact with her dad's side of the family. And after her dad died in a tragic motorcycle accident, her mother decided, we're moving away and I'm isolating you. No more pictures either. Most recent one, 2 years ago. So an aunt, Elizabeth Mesa, last saw Melodee physically 4.5 years ago. Whoa, so when she also said Ashley was acting strangely. She had like a buzz cut. She was wearing some kind of hoodie over her head as well. She grabbed Melodee from a family gathering despite offers to let her stay, and she left. Family reports Ashley crashed her car intentionally with Melodee inside years ago. And Ashley had another daughter removed from her custody, which was given to that father. There's a lot of red flags here with freaking Ashley Buzzard, right? The mother of Melodee. Like, oh, wait. Another child was taken from her? This is why I've linked the Court TV episode and Nancy Grace. I would recommend listening to it so you can hear the family members say this themselves, right? I'm just summarizing here for you. Now, the family described as large and loving has had no contact with Melodee for years due to Ashley's isolation. MBAK, hold on. Thank you for being a member for 23 months. Naomi says, oh, she looks like her dad. She is so cute, right? Pernille said, look at her sweet little face. I know, right? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Miranda recalled Miranda. See, we did a family chart. A family member recalled receiving a call from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office when Melodee was a baby, who said that they were taking Buzzard to the hospital and Melodee to Child Protective Services. Ashley's mother, so Melodee's grandmother, maternal, Lori, says Ashley has struggled with her mental health since Rubiel passed away. And Melodee apparently has this older sister, Destiny, who in the past had to be taken away by CPS and eventually went to live with her biological father, not the same guy as Melodee's father, who passed away in 2016. And these things are just being mentioned on these interviews with family, right? So there's a lot there. I think there's a lot of red flags here when it comes to Ashley. So Melodee's half-sister, Karina Mesa, is 31 years old, said, "Our whole family did try to get custody of Melodee. Karina claims her uncle, Marvin Mesa, became Melodee's legal guardian for a short period back in 2020, but she was then placed with a friend of Ashley's before returning to her mother. My family was never told why she was taken from Ashley's care," she said. There's a friend that keeps on popping up that helps Ashley. I wonder who that friend is and what they know. We'll see. I'll show you in a moment as well, other things. So hold on, I just want to see. I've got some clips to show you too, so let's line those up. October 7th of 2025. That's the last verified sighting of Melodee with her mother. Ashley rented a white Chevrolet Malibu. Now this is important for us, right, to share. Because if you have any dash cam, if you can check dash cam, any video footage, ring cam, if you saw anything, if you saw a white Chevy Malibu, and here's the license plate number, 9MNG101. Okay, that's the car she rented on October 7th of 2025, and she left for a road trip, Ashley with Melodee, that extended as far as Nebraska. Oh my word, and then Ashley returned alone several days later. The exact date not specified, but they say before October 14th, and so the investigative timeline from the FBI is focusing on October 7th to the 14th. That's the timeline they want the public to focus on. Did you see that vehicle? Where did you see that vehicle? They're checking, of course, all the, the flock camera systems, the license plate readers, gas station footage, anything and everything, and they also want the public's help, right? So on October 14th of 2025, a welfare check was requested, as we know, from the Lompoc Unified School District officials after prolonged absence from homeschool check-ins, okay? But what a suspicious trip, like what the heck was this mother doing? Okay, I want to quickly show you the map and then we'll continue with the presentation. Okay, we're back. Let me bring up the map for us. Here we go. All right, so if we look at this map, I mean, look at how far Ashley traveled, apparently with Melodee. From here, October 7th, this 500 block of Mars Avenue, okay, and all the way to Nebraska, and all I typed in was Nebraska. They don't know an exact area she was at. Not that they're telling the public, maybe they do, but all the way, look at that. I mean, that is 1,481 miles, or 1,600 if you go this route over here. And who knows, look at this area, just look at it, it's huge. So really, the entire USA, just about, needs to keep their eyes open, well, half, right? Whoa. To look at ring cam, dash cam, jog your memory. Did you see something? Did you see a white Chevy Malibu? Did you see a woman with a little girl? Did you see anything shady? Report that to the police. All the tip line numbers and everything it's in the description box. It's on the flyers that they've shared. It's all over social media as well, right? Now, Ken Hubble said, OMG, I want to scream. That area is so remote it can be dangerous for truck drivers. I ran that area and it's wilderness. Aura said, Nebraska is not a tourist destination. Yeah, like what? And also, family members of Ashley and the extended family members, right, meaning from the father's side, all said, no, they don't know anyone there. There's no family living there that they know of. They have no idea why she would have gone to Nebraska. So that is really scary. And you know what's worse? Now that she's back, she's not talking. The mother's not talking. Won't even open the door for anyone. Recently opened the door just to sign some papers from someone, which I think was from CPS or something. I don't know. But she's not talking. She will not tell the police anything about Melodee's whereabouts. She's just doing like the stone face. What? I don't know. Wow. So, okay. Let's continue from where we were. So that was on October 7th, right? Renting the vehicle and going as far as Nebraska, returning around October 14th. Deputies then visited the home, to do this welfare check, and they noted, oh wow, Melodee's not present. And investigators say her mother, remains uncooperative and hasn't given authorities any information about Melodee's whereabouts. On October 15th, a search warrant was executed at the home. There was no sign of Melodee, but they noted that in the home it was super messy, in disarray. There was rotting food in the refrigerator. There were raw eggs in a pan. There were boxes just stacked up in the garage that was left open for a bit. And they were like, damn, this is terrible. Like, clearly her mental health is not okay. And also, clearly, I don't know, things have just gone terribly, terribly in that house. But no sign of Melodee, no sign of foul play that they could find. So, Ashley allegedly kept to herself. She had her groceries delivered, hardly spoke to anyone, and neighbors did not see Melodee playing outside much at all. One neighbor reported seeing Melodee in the front yard within the last 30 days. So, at least people had seen her in the last month, right? And so they said she was rarely outdoors and always with her mother. Ashley allegedly faces financial issues, including unpaid debts and lawsuits, and we will get a little bit more into that. I saw the Daily Mail reported quite a bit on that, so we will go into that, right? Okay, so now let me play this clip for you over here. Wait, sound.
Here in Vandenberg Village, concern is growing over the disappearance of a 9-year-old girl. Neighbors tell me this house behind me is where the mother lives along Mars Avenue. Authorities also tell me that the mother hasn't provided information on where her daughter may be. I'm your community reporter, Crystal Bermudez, and I spoke with family members and residents in the community who all tell me they're just hoping for the girl's safe return.
As a mother, my mom heart absolutely cannot take this. I felt really inclined to step in.
While in the neighborhood late Thursday morning, I ran into Janet Holmes. She tells me she came to the home hoping to speak with Melodee Buzzard's mother, but no one answered the door.
My hope was to make contact with the mother, maybe to be helpful.
A woman appearing to be Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard, returned home in the afternoon but did not speak with us before going inside and shutting the door. When I knocked, there was no answer. After bringing some bags out to her car and leaving a little later, she returned home again a short time later, still refusing to speak with me. Her car, though, had a large yellow scratch and dent on one of the doors that wasn't there when she first left. Next door, Casey Monreal says her mother thought she saw Melodee fairly recently, but home security footage told a different story.
She thought that when she first said, oh, I think I saw her just recently.
But after reviewing the footage, she says that wasn't the case. Casey says CPS and authorities have been at the girl's home for the past few days, with investigators collecting surveillance footage from neighbors in the area. The sheriff's office confirms the last verified contact with Melodee so far was about a year ago.
Our investigation into this at-risk missing.
So this is an older clip. They've since confirmed that she was last seen on October 7th of 2025.
Juvenile Melodee began on Tuesday, October 14th, when deputies were notified by a school administrator that they hadn't seen or heard from a student in approximately a year.
A notice sent out by the Lompoc Unified School District Thursday confirmed Melodee was most recently enrolled at Buena Vista Elementary School. The district says staff became concerned after Melodee had not been seen at school recently.
She last attended a homeschooling program approximately 1 year ago.
The girl's relatives say they've been cut off from her for years. Lisbeth Mesa is Melodee's aunt on her father's side. Mesa says the girl's dad died in a crash when Melodee was just about 6 months old. Mesa says she found out about her niece's disappearance through Facebook.
We haven't seen her in over 4 years. Due to the mother not allowing the family to see her.
She describes Melodee as being sweet and kind.
She has a beautiful smile. She's very friendly, very loving, very welcoming. She loved to be around her family.
The sheriff's office says it's following every lead and needs help from the public, urging anyone with any tip, no matter how small, to come forward.
You just hope that it's not as bad as you think it might be, you know.
If you have any information you feel could help this investigation, I'll have the information on how you can contact authorities on this article on tips.fbi.gov.
It's in the description box of this video as well, and all the flyers. It's being shared on social media, and I've linked all my sources, including the FBI's link and the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office links, and everything in the description box too, if you want to find it there and share it with anyone who might know anything. But yeah, they are pleading for the public's help in this to find Melodee. I mean, I saw someone earlier said you either empathize or worry about the mother's mental health too, but more worried about Melodee, right? For a moment you're like, shame, like what is going on with the mother? What's happening with her mental health? But then you're like, oh my word, where's Melodee? Right? Indy, thank you so much. You said thanks, G and mods. And Sweet Caroline says, love to my fellow Grizzlies, favorite part of my day. Thank you, G, for all your hard work. Thank you so much for being a member for 25 months. So let's quickly have a look here at what the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office said. They said detectives began the investigation on October 14th of 2025 when a school administrator reported Melodee's extended absence. Deputies attempted to contact Melodee and her mother, Ashley Buzzard, at their residence in the 500 block of Mars Avenue in Lompoc, but Melodee was not home and there was no verifiable explanation for her whereabouts. Through their ongoing investigation, detectives have found evidence that Melodee was with her mother as recently as October 7th of 2025. Investigators have also determined that Ashley may have traveled with Melodee anywhere between Lompoc and the state of Nebraska. They say may have. So what is going on there, you know? At this stage, Ashley remains uncooperative and has not provided any information about Melodee's current location or welfare. Welcome, Zazua and Melissa Underwood. Thank you for upgrading your membership. So they said the Sheriff's Office shares the community's concern in Melodee's safety and is committed to bringing her home, said Sheriff Bill Brown. We are grateful to the media for disseminating Melodee's photo and the information surrounding her disappearance far and wide, which we hope will help us solve this perplexing case. We are hopeful that Melodee might be with someone, perhaps an extended family member or friend, who may not be aware of the circumstances of her disappearance. The Sheriff's Office encourages anyone to contact the tip line numbers, which again are in the description box, they're on the screen, they're all over the place, right? They said members of the public, though, are strongly discouraged from conducting their own searches or investigations, as doing so could disrupt or duplicate ongoing law enforcement operations. The most effective way to help is by sharing factual information directly with detectives. So if you know anything, if you saw anything, heard anything, if you think you saw them along the way somewhere, it could really help build the timeline. Now, Lompoc, California as well, they said through their investigation, detectives have gathered evidence indicating Melodee was with her mother, Ashley Buzzard, as recently as October 7th. We just read that as well. This is from a different post. They update them regularly. And so here they said Ashley may have driven with Melodee in a white Chevrolet Malibu, license 9MNG101, two locations outside of Santa Barbara County to include as far as the state of Nebraska. The vehicle was determined to be a rental car, no longer in Ashley's possession. At this point in the investigation, Ashley Buzzard remains uncooperative. That hasn't changed, unfortunately, my goodness, and is not giving any information about Melodee's location or condition. The primary goal of this investigation is to verify the location and welfare of Melodee Buzzard and ensure that she's safe. Sheriff's detectives continue to pursue all available leads This public outreach effort is one part of those ongoing efforts to develop information that could assist investigators. Detectives are aware of the strong community interest in Melodee's case and are asking the public not to attempt to conduct their own searches or investigations. While well-intentioned, these efforts could unintentionally interfere with investigative work already in progress. Detectives have already conducted a thorough search of the family's residence and continue to follow verified leads in a coordinated manner. Again, anyone who's seen Melodee Buzzard or a mother or the car or the trip or anything, any clues, you can contact those tip lines. Also, okay, wait, let me go here quickly. They also made this visual timeline, which I really appreciate. That's so nice. Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Yes, why can't they all do that? We love visual timelines. I mean, I like making them for you. I'm just impressed when the police does it too, right? Look at it. So they said Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, Melodee Buzzard, at risk missing 9-year-old. Photo, most recent photo and verified sighting available at the onset of the investigation. The photos from 2023. And then 2025, August, Lompoc Unified School District. They say verified sighting. So maybe they did see her on like video camera or something. Then they said October 7th, verified sighting of Melodee and Ashley, beginning of road trip to Nebraska where Ashley returned to Lompoc without Melodee. There's the license plate number as well. So you can see the investigative focus is between October 7th and October 14th. And then on October 14th, check the welfare request by Lompoc Unified School District prompts onset of missing person investigation. Ashley was contacted at the residence and could not provide a reasonable explanation of Melodee's whereabouts. The real Tanya said, I am an official 2-month-old member, although I've been subscribed for some time. It's official. Thank you so much, and thank you for your sticker. Okay, so we've got this timeline. It continues on a little bit. Let's see it. So then October 15th, detectives serve a search warrant at the residence. Melodee not located. Ashley remains uncooperative. October 18th, the FBI joins the investigation. Thank goodness. I'm so glad they asked the FBI for help as well, right? Okay, so October 17th, well 18th actually, the FBI joined the search for Melodee. October 23rd, Ashley attempted to rent another vehicle? She attempted to rent another vehicle. So instead of telling the police where Melodee is, what's happening, where's your daughter, what's going on, she's like, you know what I'll do? I'm going to try to rent another vehicle. Yeah, red flag, huge red flag. So here's the FBI posters. I put their link in the description box as well. And as recently as yesterday, they posted on X and said the FBI seeks the public's assistance in locating missing and at-risk 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard of Lompoc, California. And then they go over the timeline that we've just gone over again, right? So the FBI and the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office is being very active on social media, continually asking the public for help. And that's what we're here for, right? To share, share, share. Now, let me check if you guys have not even half of you have hit the like button. That's one free way to get it out there, get the word out. Like, it boosts into the algorithm. Other people can see it. Maybe then it could be other content creators that will want to cover it so that more people can see it. Or maybe it's someone that just didn't even know about this case and they're like, wait, I saw that little girl yesterday or something. You just never know. You just never know who will see this and what tips will be called in, right? I think Kada Scott's case that we've recently covered is a good example of the public being able to help. There, the public found the suspect's vehicle. Kada Scott's items, you know, like phone cover, iPad cover, glasses, and debit card. And also, the public found her body. So, the public can help, right? Okay, good. I see some of you are tapping that like button. Check if it works. Okay, so here's the FBI's flyer. They say description, date of birth used February 10th, 2016, brown eyes, 60 to 100 pounds, curly brown hair, 4 foot to 4'6". And then Melodee's appearance may have changed since the photograph shown above was taken, which is this one here. Okay. Jody said the FBI also, I'll say posted on X about an hour ago. Yeah, they post continuously, right? So that's really good that they do as well. Now, they said details, the FBI Los Angeles field office and sheriff's detectives in Santa Barbara are asking for the public's assistance in locating missing and at-risk 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Law enforcement authorities attempted to contact Melodee and her mother, Ashley, at their home on Mars Avenue in Lompoc, California. And we know the rest, right? We've been over this timeline. So If you want to get the flyer, just go and click on the link that's in the description box for the FBI, their official link for this case, and you can download the flyer as a PDF. You can also screenshot it and you can share it far and wide. Now, they say in a bizarre sequence of events, they being Daily Mail, okay, the source is Daily Mail. In a bizarre sequence of events, Ashley Buzzard, 40, was seen repeatedly attempting to rent a car in Santa Maria, a town approximately 20 miles from her modest 3-bedroom home in Lompoc, California. Exclusive Daily Mail photos show how the mom of the 9-year-old was picked up by a friend in a black Lincoln sedan early on Wednesday morning and driven first to a branch of Budget and then an Airport Avis location. Is she trying to pull a Donna Edelson, or what's going on here? Where are you going? Why are you trying to rent a vehicle? Right? Adding to her troubles, a neighbor told the Daily Mail that Buzzard was handed a notice on Monday that gave her 72 hours to produce Melodee or reveal her whereabouts or face arrest. Now, I have a question. Why is she not arrested yet? If that's the threat, you've got 72 hours to produce Melodee or reveal her whereabouts or face arrest. Then arrest her, because the last time I checked, it's Friday. 5 days later. That's a lot more than 72 hours, right? My word. So they said, and in a sign that the clock is ticking down, Buzzard was shadowed by a fleet of 6 unmarked cop cars on her fruitless trip, one of which was subsequently parked up on her quiet residential street, while another was stationed nearby. So they are watching her. They are watching her because look at her. She's even got a little pepper spray there, right? She's carrying pepper spray. She's got a little bag. She's got an outfit that she clearly chose. You know what I mean? Coordinated. You know, she's not looking too disheveled. She's looking to me quite calculated. What is she doing? And who's this friend? Listen, friend, you better do the right thing. You better call in an anonymous tip. How about that? Tell the police what you know. Because maybe the friend doesn't know anything. But if the friend knows something, please call it in. Here's another picture they took of her, which I'm like, okay. All right, so if you saw this person or someone that looks like her, especially with a young girl in a white Chevrolet Malibu, anywhere between California and Nebraska, do call that in. They say Buzzard, again, source Daily Mail, who is unemployed and lives on Social Security payments, has also struggled with money problems for years and is currently being pursued in court over unpaid debts. I kind of worry about that. This is reminding me of 2 people, Letitia Stauch in the Gannon Stauch case, and number 2, Adam Montgomery. Because I'm like, oh, Social Security, were you receiving payments for Melodee? And were you thinking, I'm speculating, can't keep up with the costs anymore, so keep collecting the payments but no more child? Did you give it to someone? Did you sell it to someone? She's staying with someone? Is she alive? And she won't talk. The most recent case, they say, which was filed in May by Capital One, says Buzzard has an outstanding debt of $3,745.21 on a credit card that she took out in January of 2018 and she stopped paying off in September of 2023. According to the company, Buzzard has steadfastly refused to pony up the balance. I like that expression, pony up the balance, despite repeated requests for payment. The card was issued less than 9 months after the 40-year-old filed for bankruptcy in April 2017. A Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing obtained by the Daily Mail shows Buzzard admitted to owing creditors $23,488 and had just $25 in her Chase bank account. She also said her income totaled $1,130 per month, all of which came from Social Security payments. Despite that, in December of 2019, Buzzard was allowed to take out a second credit card, this time via First Bank and Trust. According to debt collection company Crown Asset Management, which is pursuing the mom for the outstanding balance, she owes $2,659.71 and stopped making payments on the card in February of 2023. Buzzard is still making the rent. That brings up so many questions. Where's she getting the money? She's still making the rent on the modest 3-bedroom home in Lompoc that she shares with Melodee, which is currently surrounded by placards left by neighbors demanding to know the whereabouts of her daughter. I really hope she didn't, I don't know, sell her child. I'm sure it comes to your mind as well, right? Of like, where is Melodee? Why aren't you talking? Okay. Lead agencies. Santa Barbara. So the lead agencies in this case are the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office with the FBI's assistance since October 17th. Investigation involves tracing rental car data, license plate readers, credit card transactions, cell phone records, etc. Sheriff Bill Brown described it as perplexing and hopeful that she's with extended family or friends. Maybe it's a friend of the friend or family of this friend or of a friend who might be helping her, for all we know. Unaware of the alert, they say, though, because those people could be unaware, just thinking, oh, okay, yeah, we'll look after her for a while. And maybe they're not seeing the news yet, which is why it's important to share, because maybe they'll just be watching something on YouTube, cute cat videos, and suddenly the algorithm's like, check this out, and they're like, oh my word, you never know. You never know. So you can contact all those tip lines as well. And the last slide I have here, before I show you some clips again, is to look out for. Did you see this woman with her daughter? That photo is 2 years old. Just remember that. Did you see that? A white Chevy Malibu. This is not the car. It's just a picture that I just downloaded as an example of the type of car one would be looking for, right? We don't know the model. A California license plate number 9MNG101. If you check your dash cam, look for that. Dash cam footage has solved cases before, like Gabby Petito's case, right? So check your dash cam if you have that, especially if you're traveling on that route between October 7th and the 14th. That route being between California and Nebraska. Damn, that's such a huge area. Somebody says, Bella Leona said Melodee is the cutest little girl, right? Oh my goodness. And then there's a picture on the bottom right as well, which at least we can see her there without her glasses on. Okay. So one consistent thing is she definitely likes to paint brows on. If she's watching, she's probably going to change that, isn't she? Don't change it. Don't change it. Let people check all their footage. But you see, we know where she is right now because she keeps going back to her house where she's staying and not opening the door. I'll show you some clips now. But yeah, and police are watching her because she's trying to get the hell out of there. She's trying to get a rental car. Where are you going? So I wish they'd almost let her, in a way, get the rental car, but then tail her, track her. Are they not allowed to do that? Let's see where she goes. Right? Anyway, so if you've seen Melodee, if you spot her, even now, anywhere, call the tip lines. If you know anything, call the tip lines, right? Southern Cali B said she could literally be anywhere. I know, right? It's so sad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's look at this clip now. No, man. Wrong button. This one.
Since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was reported missing. On Monday, I sat down with her grandmother, who is speaking out publicly for the first time. She shares with me warning signs in Melodee's mother's mental health and also shares a deeply personal message that she hopes her granddaughter will hear. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
My name is Crystal. Are you Lori?
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm with KSBY News. I've been following along. I can come inside. Lori Miranda says she first learned her granddaughter was missing when law enforcement called asking if she knew where the child was.
He said, "Did you know that your granddaughter was missing?" And I said, "Missing?" He goes, "When's the last time you talked to your daughter?" I said, "I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago."
The search for Melodee began last week when authorities were notified about her extended absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say her mother, Ashley Buzzard, has not been cooperating and will not say where her daughter is. Miranda says Ashley's mental state had drastically declined since 2016, raising red flags around the time Melodee was 6 months old. Miranda said she was planning to drop by her daughter's house when Melodee was only an infant. That's when she got a call from authorities.
About 15 minutes later, a sheriff calls me. He says, "I'm at your daughter's house in Orchid, and I was just getting ready to take your granddaughter Melodee with me to CPS because we're getting ready to take your daughter to the hospital."
When Miranda arrived, she says the house was a mess.
Couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge that I think she was trying to give my granddaughter.
Still, she claims Ashley struggles mentally.
Everybody's dragging her around when she should be at the hospital. And you should be talking to her there instead of everybody rattling her cage and then trying to act like they're trying to help.
In this latest investigation involving Melodee's disappearance, investigators believe Ashley drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home, before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
Miranda says she has family as far as Ohio, but does not know anyone in Nebraska. Because this case crosses state lines, the FBI is now assisting.
If we have circumstances that indicate that there was something else criminal that has occurred in the process of that, then, it of course shifts. But as of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed me a gift she wanted to give Melodee on her 9th birthday back in February.
The psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for her for Christmas and her birthday. She said, if you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were thinking about her. So that's why I keep them. But sometimes I wonder, am I going nuts, right?
And this was her message to Melodee.
Please tell somebody I'm Melodee Buzzard. My grandma Luna is looking for me. Please call the police.
If you have seen Melodee, Ashley, or the white Chevy Malibu they were seen driving in between October 7th and October 14th, you're asked to contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Investigators are also asking those who know anyone in Nebraska to share images of Melodee in an effort to locate her.
That's a good idea. Oh. They're asking if you know anyone in Nebraska to share images of Melodee in case someone in Nebraska spots her. Okay, okay. Here's another one here. Wait. Let's just see where I need to start this clip. I think from the beginning. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. All right.
The search for Melodee Buzzard began last week after a school administrator reported the girl's extended absence from an independent studies program. Authorities say Melodee's mother has been uncooperative with the investigation.
We're all looking for answers, but, we're showing up today so that way, she knows we care. We're here for Melodee, and hopefully she will come out and tell us where she's at.
Sheriff's deputies briefly addressing the growing crowd, saying they do not believe the child's mother has been home for the past 48 hours. Neighbors strongly disagree, telling me they've seen signs of activity.
Besides the garage being open almost 48 hours now, which we don't know if she knows or not, she was burning something in the fireplace last night, but paper was coming out.
Tensions rose.
I'm sorry, what? She was burning? Oh man, things in like a fire pit or a fireplace? Last night they said, well, it wasn't last night. Let's see when this clip was. Hold on one second. That I don't even know. They uploaded this was 3 days ago, October 21st. Burning things is also not a good sign. Not talking about where her daughter is, renting cars, going on random trips to Nebraska, coming back, not telling anyone what's going on, burning things and trying to rent cars. I mean, what? Look.
In almost 48 hours now, which we don't know if she knows or not. She was burning something in the fireplace last night, but paper was coming out.
Tensions rose as families demanded immediate information.
It's about time, organization is going to be key in this. If they're not going to press her until she cracks, I'm sorry, it's time.
Within hours, a new Facebook group had dozens of members saying they will continue gathering together daily until Melodee is located.
I felt like nobody was doing anything, actually moving. So I wanted to reach the community. I know a lot of us have daughters, and it's heartbreaking.
Deputies on Sunday said the case remains under investigation.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Thank you, sir, for that update. So I'm going to link these video clips as well if you want to check them out again. And there's one more here where they said, this is her dad's side of the family. This is a picture of her biological father who passed away. He died from a motorcycle accident in 2016. And that was when Melodee was 6 months old. So if she was born February, March, April, May, June, July, August, around August of 2016, he died in a motorcycle accident. And since then, Ashley Buzzard, Melodee's mother, has faced financial troubles. She moved away. She was living with, I don't know if they were married. I think they were just dating, but she was living with the father of her child, Melodee, right? She was living with him and his mother. Then, when he passed away, she moved with Melodee. Then she isolated herself and Melodee from his family, from the large family that they have, and from all family. So some family members haven't seen Melodee for 4.5 years. I don't know when Ashley's mother, who we saw interviewed, last saw Melodee physically, but she was like trying to see her, I think she said 1.5 years or 2 years ago. She's like trying to buy like Christmas gifts and trying to make time with her and everything, and Ashley was just not having it, which is terrible, right? Bia Oz 59 said, "G'day G, amazing mods and community, 3:30 a.m. here in Australia." You said, "I'm bright-eyed." You got beady eyes in the night. Thank you for choosing to watch Grizzly True Crime. You said, "Catching up on the live. Cheers from Perth, Western Australia." I do like Perth. I've been there a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, so check this out. They're going to have today, actually, they said at sunset, a candlelight vigil.
Lily Dennis is Rubiel's father and works for Your News Channel. She is inviting the community out to a sunset candlelight vigil on Friday on the 500 block of Mars Avenue where the Buzzards live.
She hasn't let us see her for a few years, and all of us have tried, but we never stopped thinking about her or loving her or praying for her.
We just wanted to invite you that we're going to have a vigil candlelight at 5. We'll be over there, and we will appreciate it if you guys can come and join us for this vigil.
If you have seen Melodee or have any information.
Okay, so they're posting signs outside the house. Where is Melodee? Not leaving till we find her. And they're having a candlelight vigil outside the house. So if Ashley is inside the house, oh, there's going to be a candlelight vigil outside today at sunset, they said, right? So that's in Lompoc, California. Okay, so that is what we have for now. If you missed the beginning of the stream, I hope that you will check it out. What's important to know is that Melodee Buzzard is 9 years old. She was born February 10th of 2016. She was last seen on October 7th of 2025. Has not been seen since. Is believed to have been taken on a road trip with her mother, and the mother drove as far as Nebraska, is what they're saying. And so she's approximately 4 feet, 6 inches tall, 75 pounds, with long curly brown hair and brown eyes. She was being homeschooled and is considered at risk, of course, due to her age and the circumstances. So we went over all of this. If you missed it, go back to the beginning, check it out as well. Let's go to the police visual timeline here. This is important. So what they want the public's help with is for the whole country to keep their eyes peeled, especially in Nebraska, looking out for Melodee herself. Keep your eyes peeled. But between California and Nebraska, that's a huge area where Ashley is believed to have traveled. Anything could have happened along the way. She could have dropped her off with someone, given it to someone, for all we know. We don't know. But they're asking for the public's help. Did you see Ashley? Did you see Melodee? Did you see that Chevy Malibu? That's important. Check your ring cam, dash cam, any video footage you have, jog your memory, whatever it is, to try your best to see if you can help this investigation. The license plate was of that vehicle that she rented, 9MNG 101. And so that was, yeah, a rental vehicle, not her vehicle, and handed back to the company since then, right? And so, yeah, you can share Melodee's picture as well, even though it's from 2 years ago. It's the most recent picture of her. You could screenshot this and share it if you want. Tag me if you do on social media. Then I can also share it, which also helps if we all share each other's posts. So I just hope that there will be some answers in this case. I mean, slowly but surely, since the case, you know, hit the news. I mean, she was only reported missing on October 14th, 10 days ago. So slowly but surely, more information has been coming out. Things have been progressing. The FBI is involved in the case. I really hope that they find Melodee alive and well. I mean, the best case scenario is that Ashley decided, you know what, I want her to have a nice life, and I'm going to give it to a friend. I'm going to drive to Nebraska, and along the way or something, give it to a friend. Hopefully the friend then tells the police what's going on if they see this, right? But I do hope that there will be some answers. Okay, So Kerry said, I'm sure they have, but do we know if law enforcement officers contacted her other child's dad? Yeah, I believe they've contacted all the family members and extended family members across the board to find out if any of them, when did they last see her? That's what they were trying to find out in the beginning, right? All right, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy Friday to you. And I hope that you have a nice Friday, whatever time it is for you. And for you, like in Perth, Australia, for you guys on that side already, happy Saturday to you. Have a good Saturday, and I will most certainly see you again very soon. Please remember to like, to share, leave some comments below. Engagement helps to boost it into YouTube's algorithm. More people see it. They might be inspired to cover it as well. And yeah, let's continue to share her case until Melodee is found. All right, everyone. Bye.